Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of The Flash. This time episode 19, Who is Harrison Wells?
And apologies if you can hear it, one of our neighbours is mowing my lawn.
Ignore that. But honestly, I say this a lot, but this is one of my absolute favourite episodes.
This was pretty fun, yeah.
I'm almost certain this will break my top 5.
Well, that'll be interesting to see, but...
I'm struggling. But anyway, we start the episode off kind of continuing where we left off a little bit, as we're going to investigate Wells, because, all of them are at Barry's house. We have that fun scene where he gets pizza. But, we do have the episode investigating Wells, but we'll get into that more near the end. But...
Yeah. We've also got a villain of the day.
We'll talk about him in a minute. We'll talk about a great part of this episode. It's another mini crossover, just like last episode.
Yeah!
This time we go to Starling City. Well, Joe and Cisco. And that's the thing I love about this episode. It's not a huge one. It's just Joe and Cisco in there. This time we go there. We get to see Starling City sets on The Flash. We get to have scenes with Joe and... not Joe. Well, it is with Joe, but, with, Quentin and Laurel.
Yeah.
And we get some really good scenes, both for the Flash plot and the Arrow plot. For the Flash plot, we continue on investigating the crash site where real Harrison Wells crashed, and we find real Harrison Wells' dead body.
Yeah.
And, I think it would be more decayed, since it's been 15 goddamn years.
Yeah, it's surprising they can still make out who it is.
I mean, they could DNA test it.
Yeah,
but,
true.
They find out. But what's great is we just get to have Quentin, and, I always love Quentin. He's like Joe, he's the down-to-earth everyman, so, seeing him in this scene is just so fun.
Yeah, reacting to all that, like when the drink was floating and all that.
But we also get Laurel, who... Laurel gets to have a nice scene with Cisco, because they didn't get to meet in the previous crossover.
Yes.
But, he builds her canary cry, or improves it anyway.
Yeah.
And, oh man, they get to have some fun scenes together. And, you know what's great? That is so good, because that's a plot, that's something that continues on in Arrow, that if you miss it in Arrow, I mean, if you haven't been watching Flash and you're only watching Arrow, you don't really notice where she suddenly gets an improved canary cry. Or
True.
starts calling it that. Cisco names the canary cry.
Yeah.
But furthermore, Joe is the one who influences Quentin to start trying to fix things with Laurel. An episode of Flash is so good, it's improving the plots of other shows.
Yes! It's helping fix Arrow.
This episode is so good, it's cleaning up the mess of another show. That's how good this episode is.
Yes.
Holy crap. But seriously, it's just fun. Also, it's just fun seeing Joe and Quentin together. It just feels like characters that shouldn't have met, and it makes me wish they got more scenes.
Yeah, cop buddies.
I know. I wish they get more scenes. Sadly, they don't get many more scenes together, but it's just nice seeing them.
Yeah.
They just go so well sitting next to each other. But... enough about praising another show. We'll get back to the villain of the week, who... It's a fun villain, but because Joe and Cisco are out of it, we get to have a bit of a Barry and Eddie plot. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that this is Eddie's time to shine. Like I said, I'm always half and half on Eddie in the earlier episodes.
Yeah, but he's gotten better.
This episode is Eddie's episode, and I love it. This episode, I just love seeing the teamwork with Barry and Eddie now that they've really gotten to know each other and he knows everything and all that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially that scene where, Barry wants to break him free and can't. That's such a good scene.
Yeah, Eddie has that moment talking to him and explaining, you can get me out the right way.
But a lot of characters have some good scenes. There is a tiny bit of drama with Eddie and Iris, but it's so small I forget it exists.
Yeah.
But, we do have Caitlin, who has a good... she gets to have some good moments with Iris as well. Everyone's getting some nice little scenes with each other.
Yeah.
But speaking of Caitlin, at first, because we're talking about the investigating Wells plot, she does have that moment where she's doubting him and she goes to his house and she's an idiot.
Yeah, I know, you don't talk to him about it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a certain plot from something, but...
Granted, they don't have a lot of proof yet.
Until the end of the episode.
But like Barry says, if we're right, it would be a very dumb thing to do to talk
Which
to
they
him.
are once we get to the end of the episode.
Yeah, so
Which-
now Caitlyn's finally all the way believing us.
Which means they have the evidence and they investigate stuff, and then they discover the Time Vault, which is our cliffhanger. We'll get more into that next episode.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, man, this was such a good episode. The crazy thing is, it's not like a super-duper crazy action-packed episode, but they're
Not
just...
action-packed, but still...
There's so many good moments. There's so
Yeah.
many good character moments. Like, Eddie and like, Caitlin and Iris get some good scenes. Eddie and Barry get some good scenes. You get to see them going to Starling City. You get Quentin and Joe, and the episode is fixing plots on another show.
I'll go as high as 8.
I'm giving it a... Oh, this is so tough. I'm giving it a 9.
Okay.
This episode is definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely going to be high on my top 5 list. Not the top, not the best one. We're close to what probably will be my favorite episode, but we'll see.
Okay.
Hint, my favorite episode is surprisingly not a finale for once.
Okay.
But we'll get into that more. But, man, aside from, like, the teeniest, tiniest bit of Irish drama, which goes by in 3 seconds, I can't think of any... I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a debut of the character Cecile, the DA in Central City.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
pretty
her first
sure...
time.
Yeah, we'll get more into her. This isn't a
I
last...
know, she didn't seem all that important today.
It's crazy! It's
Yeah.
crazy thinking about it, but we'll get into that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But, oh man, this episode is so good with so many good moments. And I love the villain too. I forgot. I've got to give credit to, like, the fight scene where they catch the villain. Because especially when he turns into all the bits, people. And I love the bit where he turns into Eddie and Barry gets to have, call it revenge, if you will.
Yeah.
I love that moment. It's so fun.
But can you just imagine how many times, how
They
annoying...
that scene-
Alright, pause the camera, now you jump in.
That must have been hell to film, yeah.
Yeah.
But, oh, man, this is such a good one.
Because it wasn't a fluid, continuous take. You'd have to keep switching people in.
Yeah, that must have been hell to film. But the next episode is episode 20, known as The Trap. But we're building to the plot now. We have only 4 Flash episodes to go.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe we've only got 4 Flashes, 4 Constantines, and 3 Arrows.
Okay.
Yeah, we're building there. We're so close.
Getting there.
Oh, boy. Well, I suppose that's it.
Yeah.
With that being said, we will see you next time for more Flash and other things as well. See you next time, guys. See you next time.